G'day guys, welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under. You saw a couple of weeks ago, if you've been following my videos, that I picked up some new Wii U consoles. I picked up a couple of little things along the way, but that's made things quite difficult in terms of fitting things in my room. So I've had to be a bit creative and redesign, reconfigure how this room is set out. So today I'm going to go through the changes I've made to my Nintendo room to fit these massive consoles in. I've had to rearrange how I used to have all the consoles on one side of the room and all my other stuff on the other side of the room. That's changed. I've got sort of lots of consoles still on this side of the room, but I've had to spread some out, group some things out, move some things that weren't console related to the other side of the room, remove a couple of things out of this main room into my other sort of collection room where I do my gaming, which you saw in my last video if you follow it. So we're going to go through the changes I've done right now. Alright, so the changes that have happened in my room. I'll quickly give a little pan around of the room. So basically the right side of my room, which you're seeing right now, is always been where my Nintendo consoles feature. So I've got all my Nintendo 64 consoles. I had on my SNES and Wii U's, Wii's, GameCubes, things like that. But now I've outgrown this side of the room, had to rearrange how it's displayed. So for example, it was just consoles, but now if I go to the top, you can see that I now have Nintendo 64 controllers up there, all the ones I own. I've got a Banjo-Kazooie promotion VCR tape and a few other bits and bobs like storage towers and things like that. So all those things used to live, if I just pan back out, on this side of the room, and that's where now my Wii U consoles feature. So I used to have all that stuff at the top, which I'll zoom in again, was already over here sitting on different things. My massive Breath of the Wild bow used to be over here. My Wii's have now been moved over here. Like just stated before, that my Wii's used to live on this side of the room as well. But with the growing number of consoles that I'm continuing to collect, I've had to rearrange how I've done it. So I want to make sure, which I've done, that I want to keep my Nintendo 64 consoles together. So I've still got all my Nintendo 64 consoles, all the 16 worldwide color variants, lots and lots and lots of special editions from different parts of the world. So I needed to keep them together. So when I was trying to rearrange this last week, I couldn't quite fit them all in. For example, some of these big ones like my Star Wars Pod Racer one didn't quite fit in. I had all this spare room at the top. I was like, what am I going to do with it? So I decided, like I said, to move all these controllers, my Nintendo 64 system organizer, storage tower, accessories, things like that, from over where the Wii U's used to live to now on top of that. I still needed to keep my GameCubes together. So my GameCubes, I managed to squeeze into that gap, and I've put they're not quite together, but I've put the Super Nintendos and my Nintendo Entertainment Systems together. I don't have lots of special edition box varieties there. So you can just imagine when I do get another box for variation, that it's all gonna have to be rearranged again. It's gonna have to change again. Same with Nintendo 64 consoles. I've got lots of them, so many, but there's still so many to collect. I just feel like I'm always discovering new ones. I think about 80 to 90 worldwide different variations of the Nintendo 64. That is absolutely crazy if you think about that. I've got nowhere near that number, but yet I still have so many Nintendo 64 consoles. So with having to move the Wii U's now live on the right hand side looking this way in the direction of the room, and look quite nice up there. I have to be careful with weight. So these boxes are quite heavy, and excuse the glare because these boxes are so nice and mint that the lights shine off them a fair bit. But because these consoles weigh so much, I can't afford to put some really special edition ones like these Zelda Wii U consoles. I can't afford to put them on the bottom and stack consoles on top, because over time the boxes will bow. That's another reason I'll get to why I moved some of the stuff from over here. if I'm stacking some heavy Wii U consoles on top of some old boxes like old Nintendo 64s, old Super Nintendo consoles, things like that aren't all in box protectors because I don't have enough box protectors for everything, some of these boxes are going to start bowing and getting damaged. So I had to be really careful. So I was still hesitant to put these Nintendo 64 controllers on top because I don't want to put extra weight on delicate old boxes, but most of the controllers in those boxes, well, I think I removed all of them. There's no controllers in those boxes. There's just the boxes to display because I don't want to put weight. So they're quite light and it shouldn't affect how those boxes stay together, and they should stay nice. The same with over here. That's why I've separated different ones. For example, you can see that this is in a box protector, excuse the shine. That's in a really hard acrylic case one. So these ones on top are not in box protectors, so they're going to live on top to protect the console, and the minis are quite light. Same with these two. That's got a box protector, that doesn't, so that goes on top, so I'm not damaging any boxes like that. So I had to be careful over here as well. Yes, these don't have box protectors, but they're still quite stern, strong consoles, so they should be okay. I recently picked up the Super Mario Maker Edition one as well, which is quite big, quite massively big compared to the other Wii U consoles. But since I picked up the Super Mario Maker Wii U and picked up the Zelda Wii U's, I'm now on the hunt for more of these. I've definitely seen some online that are not a bad price, but I might be a bit more patient and wait a little bit longer. I'm just trying to save a bit of money as well at the moment. So move over to my Wii's. I've done the same thing. These don't have box protectors, but some of these boxes are a bit bigger and a bit sturdier. So probably my special edition ones in terms of the blue Wii U that comes with, just let me move around, sorry, obviously the magazine stands in the middle of the room, so it makes showing things a bit challenging. But yeah, the blue Wii U that comes with Donkey Kong Country Returns, and my 25th anniversary red Wii, they have to live on top because they're, you know, a bit more, sorry about the angle, a bit more special edition compared to, say, just the plain white and black one. But the plain white and black one are still quite sturdy, and that should be fine. Nothing's really changed in terms of my switches. All my switches still live on this side of the room, but there will be, obviously, the new Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch special edition will be coming soon. So I have to rearrange how that's going to display, and obviously I display all my switches out of the box. So I'm going to have to rearrange how this happens as well, because that's going to be a special edition. And as you can see, I show my special edition Switch consoles. So I've got a lot of Nintendo Switch controllers in here, but because I'm getting limited room, I've even got controllers up the top. I've had to take some of my Switch controllers out of this room. So I took my 4 starting Pokemon controllers out of the room, my Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, and Squirtle ones, and I put them with my 4 pop vinyls, starting pop vinyls of those 4 characters, to make a bit of a Pokemon theme out there, just because I had to be creative with room, because I've definitely outgrown this room. I do get comments sometimes that, yes, it's a great room, but sometimes the clutter can take away from the charm. And you know what? I agree. It is definitely a bit too cluttered, but this is all I've got to work with. I have to make the best of what I have, and I think I do, you know. I've always been creative of how I've done things in this room, how I've displayed stuff. So I'm just going to have to keep becoming creative, thinking of new ways to display stuff, maybe transferring some of this stuff out of this room to my other area, and so on like that. Even like some of this Wii U stuff down the bottom next to my magazine stand and next to some of my Amiibo stands just down here. That stuff down here used to live up there, but obviously the consoles take priority. So what was I going to do with it? So I've decided just to stack them up nicely against my magazine stand and Amiibo stand. And these Amiibo boxes down the bottom here, the Wii U ones and the DS ones, they used to stack up exactly where the Wii U stuff used to, but now since the Wii U stuff's there, I just have to move them to the side here. Not ideal, but if you pan back, it's still fine. Plenty of room to move around. Like I said, if I had a bigger room in the perfect world, then things would be fine, it'd be much easier, but I've had to make do with what I got, and I don't mind. It won't be the last time, or sorry, it's not the first time I've rearranged this room, and you know what? It won't be the last. That's fine. Part of the game, part of collecting, but you know, I do enjoy it. Like I said, love to have a bigger room, but you just got to do the best you can. So that's me rearranging, changing things around. What is also funny, if you watched my last video, my gaming setup video where I showed where all my consoles are connected, where I do my gaming, stuff like that. I did a bit of a room tour first of that area, showing everything that I've got in there, my trinkets and collectibles, things like that. Literally the next day I changed it. I had to change it because I rearranged this room, and some stuff I just spoke about before has gone from here out to there, and it obviously had to change a little bit. So I'm thinking, oh, this is funny, I'm actually uploading a video to YouTube showing my gaming setup and a bit of a room tour, and it doesn't even look like that anymore. But that's just the collecting game. And in terms of Nintendo news lately, it's been actually very quiet actually. Everyone's sort of holding their breath, the coronavirus out there, sort of stuffing things up and deliveries. They did announce that new pink, if you haven't seen it, coral pink Nintendo Switch Lite. At the moment, exclusive to Japan and North America. So jealous. I wish that was coming to Australia. I'd love to get my hands on that. That pink, I reckon, is going to be so popular. I think they'll have to eventually release it worldwide. I'm surprised it's not released worldwide, but they reckon for the coral pink Nintendo Switch Lite that the coronavirus shouldn't affect that, because these were made months ago, just wasn't announced. So they've already got the supply, but to make more supply for worldwide, who knows. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and hunt one of them down eventually. I want one day one, but I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. But yeah, in terms of like news, yeah, Animal Crossing game's coming. We're looking forward to that. But it's been a little bit quiet. Nintendo's has cracked the shits a few times about leaks of like their Animal Crossing Direct. Things like that have come out, so they're trying to crack down on that, but it's been a very quiet, no real breaking news. You got the pink coral Switch Lite that was announced last week, which was sort of news, but we're just going to hold our breath, see what's coming. No more new massive games announced, no big, no real big announcements at the moment, a little bit quiet, but I'm sure it'll pick up soon. There's seen ebbs and flows. We get big news all at once. We're going to get bloody 3 different consoles in 3 weeks. We're going to get 4 Switch Lites on one day. And all of a sudden quiet, really quiet. But we'll hold our breath and we'll see how we go. So yeah, guys, give me some feedback. Love to see your comments down below. What do you think of the changes of the room? Yes, like I said before, people do like to point out that it's a great room, but a little bit cluttered, and I agree. But yeah, do you think I could rearrange the room a little bit different? Do you like how the room's set out? Did you like how it used to be? Should I move some things from this room out to the other area? I'd love to hear your feedback down below, or maybe send me a link, pictures. I'd love to see actually people's own designs, your own collections, how you've got things set up. I love talking gaming and collecting and seeing other people's ideas and designs. So yeah, feel free to shoot them through as well. If you haven't already, guys, don't forget to like me on Facebook, Nintendo Down Under. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Nintendo Down Under. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and take care.